of paradise, which we shall chant on October 1, 1960.
This is Africa, where freedom and the atomic bomb exploded in the same year. This is Nigeria, where 36 million citizens felt the impact of government of the people, for the people, and by the people. And the specter of an atomic bomb exploding in the nearby Sahara, all within a 90-day period. This is Nigeria, where children learn to spell freedom and the words of their new national anthem, so new that the music has not yet been written.
Where no man is oppressed.
This is Nigeria, where the parents, 80% of them illiterate, exercise their freedom at the ballot box. This winter, the Nigerians held their first popular national election, and the French set off their first national nuclear weapon nearby. Where the vote counters and the Geiger counters were part of the same campaign, some of the speeches sound like this.
It is not unlikely for some of the radioactive dust to be blown by the wind blowing from the Sahara to the northern parts of Nigeria and other northern parts of West Africa.
If freedom and fallout were planks in a platform, if the battle for men's minds was waged by jungle drums and whistle-stop helicopters, then this was all part of a chain reaction that extends from Lincoln to Einstein and has moved its testing ground to Africa.
In the words of one of the greatest men produced by the world, we have been waging this struggle with charity for all, with malice toward none.
This is the story of an election, a portrait of a people caught up in the freedom explosion sweeping a continent. Our report begins with Eric Severide on election night, but our cameras will take you back to the 6 turbulent weeks of the political campaign as the 3 major parties fought it out for leadership.
The conquest of Africa is underway again, this time by Africans. The brown Africans of the north are already free, the Sudan, Egypt, Libya, Tunisia, Morocco, and Algeria on the way. Now colonialism is crumbling in black Africa. Ghana and Guinea are free, and Nigeria stands on the eve of freedom. Nigeria is the most populous country in all Africa, some 36 million people. It's the biggest remaining piece of the British Empire to go. It will be the largest independent black nation in all the world. That is our story. I'm Eric Severide. I'm reporting tonight on film from a temporary CBS election headquarters here at the racetrack in Lagos, the federal capital of Nigeria. This is election day, and the returns are posted here at the track. The city is excited. A high percentage of 9 million registered voters have been casting their ballots today in 25,000 polling stations all over the country. Every government in the world is watching what is happening here today, but Nigerians are not thinking much about the rest of the world. This election concerns domestic matters. Nigeria is just above the equator. It's a country as big as Texas plus Oklahoma and Louisiana. Its coast used to be called the Slave Coast, the ancestral home of a great many American Negroes. There are 3 regions or states, the North, the West, and the East, plus the Federal Capital District. Lagos, the federal capital, is where we are now. It was the original crown colony. Its streets swarm with about 400,000 people representing a great many of the tribes in the country. There are about 400 different tribes and other groupings, distinct groupings in this country, and they speak about 250 different languages. The tribal and regional hostilities are deep and strong. There are 312 seats in the federal parliament. That means 312 constituencies. The party with a clear majority, and that would be 157 at least, or with the highest total of seats after this vote, will be asked to try to form a government. The leader of that party would be asked. The campaign has gone on for months. It is as passionate, as accusatory, as the campaigns in the torchlight parade days of the Jacksonian era in America. In fact, in its style and its tone, the whole thing is much more American than anything British. This is a whistle-stop campaign rally, African style. The place, Dawakin Kudu, northern Nigeria. The time, 1 month before Election Day, as the campaign reached a fever pitch. Every device known to Tammany Hall or to a well-oiled political machine in Kansas or Massachusetts is used to reach the voters. Campaign buttons, slogans, speeches.
One significant thing about the symbol of the action group is that it symbolizes what you want and what I want. That is money.
The helicopter was the biggest gimmick of the campaign. There was much concern among the opposition. Would it capture the imagination of primitive tribal people and their vote as well? Or would it be regarded with suspicion?